Today on John's web series, the aforementioned John will discuss fantasy football and gambling. So fantasy football is an online game that 35 million people play, and these 35 million people, part of the reason it's grown to become a billion-dollar industry. There's many different types of people playing, from like 80-year-olds to 12-year-olds. The Fantasy Sports Trade Association.org states that the 20-year-old and younger demographic experiences the most new participants every year. So basically, I mean, it's a growing industry with no real ceiling because the younger generation's playing it and showing lots of interest. And but all this is possible because the government allowed online fantasy sports gambling to be legal. Legality came about because, as Joseph M. Kelly, professor at Buffalo State College, states in his article, Congressman Delata of Virginia, one of the most extreme anti-gambling advocates, viewed fantasy football as more of a skill-based game than a game of chance, end quote. So I'm speculating here a little bit, but basically everybody saw this congressman who was against internet gambling in 2006, give his vote of confidence for fantasy football, and then everybody else saw that and kind of fell in line. And it's still legal today from that ruling. But I mean, I'm not here to say that betting on fantasy football should be legal or illegal. But no side effects of gambling behavior discussed, and the possible repercussions from gambling on fantasy sports discussed by the government or any of the fantasy football entities. One of these fantasy football entities is the NFL, and the NFL clearly cares a lot about their image, and this is proven by the whole Ray Rice situation where he punched his then girlfriend, who's now his wife, in the face, and the NFL suspended him for only 2 games for something that was pretty gruesome, and then a video of Ray landing the right hook to his wife's face was released by TMZ, and he then proceeded to get an indefinite suspension from the league, basically because of the public outcry of the video and how bad it was, and people were like, he only got a 2-game suspension for that? And so, I mean, they clearly care about their image so much that they changed their rulings based on it. And which is weird that they promote betting on fantasy football to the extreme they do, since they care about their image so much, and the gambling side effects are never mentioned. I mean, when you go to NFL.com, the first tab is for fantasy, so they promote it a lot. The first tab is for players or news or scores or anything like that, but it's for fantasy. And when you click on it, there's like a myriad of ads, advertisements for games such as like Perfect Challenge and Weekly Pick'em, which are all different ways you can spend money on fantasy football. And I mean, they say you can win the $1 million prize, and they promote it pretty shamelessly, honestly. And even if you don't believe it's gambling, because our wonderful government does not say it as such, you can't tell me spending $25 for a 1 in 10 chance of winning an in-game referee flag isn't gambling. I say it's because the flag is the first place flag, along with the T-shirt and the hat, for some of the $25 leagues on NFL.com. I don't even really mind them promoting fantasy football to this much, but they don't promote the side effects at all. They don't even mention them. They're just trying to make more money, and I mean, who isn't? But yeah, I mean, there needs to be a mention of the gambling side effects, like a tab for that. Some of these side effects include preoccupation, tolerance, inability to cut down, withdrawal, lying, committing illegal acts to support your gambling, losing your job, losing a career opportunity due to gambling, relying on others' money to relieve financial restraints from gambling. None of these repercussions are even mentioned by the NFL at all, or ESPN, or Yahoo, or any of the other big fantasy football websites. The closest thing you'll find to any of these websites caring is some of them have like fair play and code of conduct tabs, which you have to like go through their website to find, but they just talk about like collusion and not trading your 3 best players to another player in your league for a bad player. They don't even mention like the side effects of gambling that I just listed. All other fantasy websites are similar in the fact that they do not mention, like, hey, if you play this, you could experience some gambling-related problems, especially if you play for money. So be aware. Even like alcohol tells you to drink responsibly on the can, or has warnings from the Surgeon General, but nowhere on ESPN, the NFL, or Yahoo doesn't mention anything close to something like play responsibly, or basically my assertion is they at least need a tab discussing how it could be considered gambling, and how, if played, fantasy football could lead one to become a gambling addict. Or hell, maybe I'll just keep playing fantasy football until I'm a gambling addict, and then I'll sue the NFL and the government for negligence. But I don't know. You have to find out in John's next web series episode. But until then, talk to you next time. And also, I would like to apologize for the FCC for the one cuss word I used. Over and out.